What's going on, guys? Back with another video. Um, Again, showing off the martial arts assassin and Pete Project D2. This is an update on my previous video where I kind of went over where I was in the first 6 or so days of the season. We're now about 2 weeks in, and I've made some changes to the build, and I kind of wanted to show off how it performs in a tier 3 map. So once again, I'm going to go over the gear real quick. Just take a look at our stats. Same as before, running as much strength as needed. Dexterity, just as much to wear your gear. You don't need to max it out because we're now running dual claw with claw block. And then the rest into vitality. And as you can see, I don't even have max resist again, which can be risky, but it's not as bad as you would think. You really just need max fire res for most of these maps, just because of the hydras. You could run into trouble with these, but there are no gloams. The cold res can hurt you on some of the maps, but you can kind of swap out your gear if necessary to get that max cold res. I'm being a little stingy with my jewels right now to get the max res, so I haven't found it to be an issue, so that's why I haven't worried about it at the moment. Once again, this is on hardcore, so I am prioritizing survivability over just pure damage. So my build will reflect that. For softcore, I mean, you can kind of swap out some of the damage reduction and just go full on damage if you want. But this is for hardcore optimization. So we're still running Bardics. We now have a 3 open sock Bardics, which I think is probably the best. If not this or +1 Bardics, +1 all skills corrupt Bardics would be potentially better with 2 open sockets. Just running some resist jewels in it right now. For our armor, we're now using a shaft stop for the 30% damage reduction, or close enough, 29%. This gets us pretty close to 45% without using fade, or 50% without using fade. I'm choosing to run burst of speed because I like to run fast. I feel like it just makes the build play more fun. Fade just feels really slow to me. You can certainly run fade and then just get your attack speed from like 2 shales in your weapon and then 20 on your gloves. But I really prefer burst of speed, even though it's hardcore. For our helm, we're running Kira's. This is going to do more damage than a Shaco. It's going to do more damage than +2 to all skills. Minus enemy resist is you're adding 10% or 9% in this case to your damage, and in this case 9%, close to 9% to all of your damage types, which Phoenix Strike does all 3 damage types. And I've just got an attack rating, a P diamond in there for some attack rating, because my attack rating is a little low, but so that's not optimal right now. Again, this build is not completely perfected, but as far as the gear goes, the actual pieces themselves, it's getting pretty close to where it's optimal. The Kiras can be better. Obviously, you can get 3 open sockets, or +1 skills, puzzle box with 2 open sockets. That's better, but it might be a while before you get that because it's rare. Plus, you want to get good rolls and they're all resist and everything else. Still running Amaras. Haven't corrupted it yet. Haven't got another one to try. So still looking for a better Maras. Here you would want like +1 skills corrupt or more resist. And then for the other weapon, obviously I'm running another Bardics. 3 open socket again, just with some resist jewels. You can try to get your resist other places, maybe from charms. If you get 3 open socket shaft stop, 3 open socket cures, you can throw a bunch of Umrians in there, get all your resist from there. Throw some ist runes in your claws for like 180 MF, which was pretty nice. But again, the Bardex is for you're getting +4 per weapon slot to your Phoenix Strike, which is just massive. So that's just these two alone give you +8 to your Phoenix Strike. Water walks, life, dexterity, faster run walk, faster block rate, which affects claw block, and also the 5 max fire res, which helps a lot against hydras and other fire damage. Nagel ring for the extra attack rating, and the MF is pretty beneficial. Mana after kill is nice since I don't have any mana steal. Still running 15% for Dungos. This is pretty mandatory. Like you have to have damage reduction in hardcore. You could run it without in softcore and risk dying, and you probably will die every once in a while. But if you're okay with that, you might the extra offensive power might offset the times that you die. Still running Wisp Projector for the other ring. I think this is probably optimal. And then I've got 3 martial arts, 20 IS gloves with a bad corruption. Ideal corruption would just probably be life if you're on hardcore. The other one is 12%. If you get 12% faster block rate corrupt, that will put you at a 2-frame block rate for your claws. I don't think you need it. I'd honestly just rather have more life on hardcore, as much life as I possibly can. Once you hit your 50% damage reduction, I just want to have as much life as possible. As far as charms go, just 20 life charms. These can still be improved upon with 20 life with resist, and that'll, that can fix some of the resist that you have. And then still running 1 Geeds. Haven't got a Torture and Eye yet. This character can't really run it, and I haven't bothered making a Paladin or anything, and I'm not really planning on trading for Torture and Eye because I feel like that defeats kind of the purpose of playing the game. So I'm gonna work on getting those, but I'll have to probably use another character unless I can come up with a build for the assassin this season. 1 martial arts with faster hit recovery. You don't need this to hit your breakpoint. As you can see, I still have 86 faster hit recovery with the Verdungos and Kiras. So this could be replaced with life or faster run walk, your preference. The rest are just martial arts skillers with life, 1 faster run walk. Again, that's preference. I think on hardcore you probably just want to go every single one with life, but faster run walk is nice too if you like running fast like I do. So that's about it for gear. Weapon swap, CTA, still running Steel Clash. This could be a Grim Shield or a Lidless for the +2. Let's go over the Mercenary real quick. Infinity for this build makes a lot of sense. You're running 3 elementals, so the minus resist helps a lot. You don't need this at all. This will speed up your kill, or speed up your kill speed, but it is not necessary. In fact, I wouldn't even say it's a huge increase, but it is slightly noticeable. But it's against enemies that have high resist, like cows. But by no means do you need an Infinity to run this build or even run tier 3 maps. I was running it before. I just got the Infinity today. But this is ideal if you can get one. As far as the other gear, Dark Sight Helm for his helm. I really like this helm over Andy's, especially on hardcore. That dim vision and blind is just clutch. And in situations where you're in melee, I mean, blind makes it so enemies only have a 5% chance to hit, which is just enormous. Combined with your freeze, it makes you super safe, and also makes your merc more tanky because he's less likely to die by getting surrounded. I'm running a Gladiator's Bane for right now that I corrupted with 3 sockets, put 315 IS jewels in it. Before this, I was just running a random Treachery. I think the IS is important. You want your merc attacking as fast as possible, so I think this is better than Treachery. I'm just trying it out. It's not necessarily ideal. And then I'm just running Grave Palms for the Deadly Strike, this for the Open Wounds, Lifesteal, Resist, and then Gore Riders for the boots for their same thing, Crushing Blow, Deadly Strike, Open Wounds. That's it for gear. Show you guys what it looks like doing a tier 3 map. Density's a little low. But you can see the kill speed is pretty high. So one of the best ways to play this build is you kind of want to hit, let the meteor drop, and then keep moving. They'll typically burn to death in the meteor. You don't need to keep hitting them over and over again. Obviously, don't do that. That was a little sloppy. I kind of just ran in and didn't get anything, but... You are really safe with this build as long as you don't do anything stupid, like I just did. But it just goes to show you, even if you do run in cursed against mighted enemies, you can still take a few hits and be okay. You could also see we're going up against a lot of light enchanted monsters and we're taking almost no damage. That's because Claw Block actually blocks charge bolts. In fact, Claw Block blocks most things in the game outside of like Inferno abilities. So it's one of the reasons why you can get by without having max light res. Yeah, hopefully you guys get the idea of how quickly this can run maps. This is a tier 3. Let's see if I can show a tier 2. plus life. Gonna reroll that. Where's my shell rinse? Where are my shell rinse? Did I drop them? Whoops. That's weird. Minus all res. Alright, this one should be pretty okay to run. Again, I'm kind of being sloppy here. I'm running in. I'm not hitting anything and I'm getting hit, but normally it would be much safer than this. But I would say this build is extremely strong. I've tested other builds of other classes, Javazon, various Sorc builds, and this really outperforms like all of that. Just not having to deal with any kind of immunities is huge. The damage is crazy. The AoE freeze is nuts. Ooh, F Bang Catcher. Yeah, anyway, guys. If you have any more questions about the build, I'll be answering questions and comments as usual. And appreciate you guys checking out the video. Make sure to subscribe if you want to see more stuff in the future. And thanks again for watching. Take care.